We're on SAT Practice Test 7, Math Section 2, Question 7. This is a margin of error problem, and I just want to talk about what margin of error is because once you understand it, it's really easy. And I want to relate it to something that kind of you might think about in your life. Think about, like, this semester, what are your grades going to be? And you're going to say, okay, well, I'm looking at my grades and I'm probably going to make 4 A grades. I might really screw things up and I might only make 2 A grades. I might, get really lucky and I might make 6 A grades. But I know out of my 7 classes that there's one class I'm not going to make an A in, and I know out of my 7 classes that there's one class that I'm definitely going to make an A in. So this is how you figure things. What's your margin of error? It's 2. You think you're going to get 4. You think at best you'll get 6, at worst you'll get 2, so your margin of error is 2. That's it. That's margin of error. So a company fills boxes with approximately 23 pounds of oranges to test the accuracy of the filling process. 344 boxes at random get selected. They're weighed. There's a sample. It's estimated that the average weight of all the boxes of oranges in the sample during an 8-hour period is 23.1. So that's the number that matters here. The associated margin of error is 0.19. What's the best interpretation of the estimate? So if the margin of error is 0.19, means they think it's 23.1, could be less, could be more. Could be less by how much? 0.19. Could be more by how much? 0.19. So all you got to do is take 23.1 and add a 0.19 to it, and then subtract 0.19 from it. So when you do that math, the subtraction one gets you 22.91, and the addition one gets you 23.29. So what's going on here? The margin of error means that we think we're going to be between 22.91 and 23.29. You really want to write down answer choices here and cross off. Look at answer choice A. Plausible values for the weight are between 22.91 and 23.29. Well, that's exactly what we found. Keep it. Plausible values are less than 22.91, greater than 23.29. That is not what we found. C. The average weight is less than 23.01. Okay, well maybe, but it also could be greater. Nope. And then D says the average weight is greater. It could be, but it also could be less. So no. So the answer is A. It's actually a much quicker process than we just went through. And if you understand how margin of error works, you're always going to get these problems right because they're always the same.